Hey guys! So today I wanted to address the most commonly asked questions here on my YouTube channel, and those are regarding my makeup brushes. So today I've decided to just take you through each and every one of my makeup brushes that I have in my collection, and they are both here in these two canisters, and we're just going to talk about each and every one because more often than not I am too lazy to list them all in the down bar, and sometimes I don't remember the names of them and it's just a kerfuffle. So I'm going to make this video, we're going to talk about each and every one of my brushes, and my knowledge will be your knowledge with the brushes. Let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the face brushes because I feel like those are the most commonly curious. Anyway, face brushes. Okay, so this one is a topic of discussion a lot of the time. This name has now worn off. I got this bad boy at Walmart. I checked in my Walmart. They no longer carry it, so I don't know where you can find these. If I find a link online, I will link it down below, but it is the Spa Resources large stippling brush, and this is what I use for my bronzer. I've never had any other bronzer brush. This is the only one I use. Love this guy. Then I have the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. This is the foundation brush I use when I'm too lazy to use my beauty blender, and I love this one, and it just blends in foundation really nicely and flawlessly. Then I have my Sephora number 73 Blush Precision Brush. I use this occasionally for powder and or highlighter, and it's a really nice brush. And I go between this one and another one for highlighter, which I will mention in a moment. That moment has now arrived, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt Brush. This is the one I use more so for highlighter, but occasionally I will use the Sephora one, whichever one I'm feeling. I don't know why I just grab for either one. I don't have a preference for either, but yeah, those two are my highlighter brushes. Then I have the Real Techniques, I don't know, I think this is the powder brush, but the name has rubbed off. It's the big powder fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I use this for bronzer, powder, or blush depending on the day. I'll use it for bronzer if my other one is being washed or whatever. It's just kind of my all powder things brush. Then I have my MAC number 120 blush brush, and I use this for really pigmented blushes because it picks up less product and makes it go on a little bit more fluffy, whereas my Bobbi Brown blush brush is a little bit more dense and kind of packs on more blush, so I don't like to use this, for example, with my NARS blushes because it's really pigmented. I like to use something a bit more fluffy and powdery to put it on lightly, but if I'm using, say, any of my Tarte blushes, which are a little bit more hard to pick up product with, I use this guy. Then I have my two powder brushes, and this is this red one. I just got this in a random Groupon. They had like a pack of 30 or 40 brushes or something, and this came with it, so I don't actually know the name of it, but it's called the bronzer brush. I use this for powder on select areas, along with my MAC number 127. This was a limited edition brush, but it has one side for cream product, one side for powder. I never use the cream side, I just use this side for powder, and those two are my powder brushes. Then I have my MAC 188 brush, and this is my contour brush. I freaking love this one. It is so light and fluffy and makes a perfect contour every single time. I just have no desire to try any other contouring brushes because this is my favorite go-to one. Then I have this MAC 159 short-handled brush, and this is the one I use for cream blush, aka only in the summertime. Anyway, this is what I use for cream blush. So then I have three Real Techniques brushes that just kind of live in my canister and are pulled out whenever they're needed. This one is the buffing brush. I prefer the Sigma one, but I will use this one when that one is dirty and I'm too lazy to have washed it, so I use this one for foundation, sometimes cream blush as well. And then the Real Techniques contour brush. I don't actually use this for contour. I will use this for powder or sometimes blending in my under eye concealer, but most of the time I prefer either my fingers or the beauty blender, so that one will come out for like random things. I don't know, I just use this for any kind of thing. There's no really specific need for it, you know what I'm saying? And then I have the pointed foundation brush, which is used mostly for like costume makeup, aka Halloween. I will use this to like paint on really intense colors. I don't use this on a daily basis because I don't like the flat foundation brushes. I think they're silly. Just my personal humble opinion though. Okay, so then we will move on to the eye brush canister, and this is going to be a kerfuffle, I feel. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to speed through this guy. Another one of the Groupon brushes, this is the Deluxe Shadow Brush, along with my NARS eyeshadow brush, which name is of unknown origin because it does not have a name on it. These two I use for packing on powders all over my eyelid, aka my like Blanc type, or just the skin toned shades to set in the primer, or just you know, that. I will also occasionally use this for my brow bone highlight. Then my most used eyeshadow brush is the MAC 217 brush. I have 4 of them, and one of these is the Sigma E25 blending brush. I do prefer the MAC 217. I think the E25 blending brush is a lot more stiff and scratchy than the MAC 217, and don't reach for it as much, but my MAC 217 brushes, I don't think, in my personal opinion, you can never have too many of them. They do the job. If you buy one eyeshadow brush in the world, make it this one because it will do everything for you. It's beautiful. So next I have a mixture of flat brushes. 3 of these are the Groupon set. This brush right here is a Cala brush from Walmart, and this one right here is the MAC something something brush. It's the large flat one. Anyway, I use these mostly for sculpting out cream products. There's no reason why I have so many of them. I just, you know, these... Ooh. But I use them mostly to like outline my lips when I'm wearing a bold lip, or sometimes I'll use the larger ones to pack on product. They're just kind of handy to have in a collection. Then I've got my Mirabella blending brush. This is my all-time favorite blending brush. I've never felt such a soft eyeshadow brush ever. I got this in an Ipsy bag, but you can buy it from the Mirabella website. I will link that down below. And it's beautiful. So then I have what I like to call my eyeshadow packers, and one of these is the Still Spot Essentials eyeshadow brush. I got this at Walmart. It is a flat kind of domed eyeshadow brush that I use to pack on eyeshadow on the lid, along with my MAC 239 brush. Love this one. It is such a good brush and definitely essential if you do a lot of eye makeup looks. I also have this another Still Spa Essentials brush. I use this one really weirdly enough. You probably think it's so unnecessary, but the little like creases beside my nose go really deep, and sometimes like when I'm putting on foundation with my beauty blender, it'll get packed up in there. So I take this brush and I just do this to fluff it out. I know it's so random, but that's what I use it for. And then I have 2 e.l.f. brushes that I usually use for inner corner highlighting. This one is the small precision brush, and this is the contour brush. I don't know how the heck this is supposed to be a contour brush. It is tiny. But anyway, I use that for inner corner highlights. I have the MAC 219, I don't know, small pointed paintbrush. Use this for the lower lash line. And I also use the MAC 22... I don't know if this is the 223 or 228, but it's the really small smudge brush. I also use that for lower lash line when I want it to be less precise. I have the MAC 210 pointed eyeliner brush. Used to use this a lot when I worked at MAC. Now I do not because I've gone back to liquid eyeliner, but I will use this occasionally when using a pot eyeliner. Oh, I have another Sigma E25 blending brush. This is a small short-handled one, good for traveling. I have 3 kind of lip brushes slash small pointed concealer brushes. This one is the Real Techniques Detailer brush. This is a random one I got from a set at Walmart. This is the e.l.f. small concealer brush, and then this is my MAC number 316 lip brush that actually comes with this cool little canister, so it's awesome for throwing in your purse because it won't get all gunky with all the crap in there. So those are what I use for either pointed concealer or lip brushes. Oh, I have another eyeshadow packer, and this is the e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush. Just a domed, flat eyeshadow brush. I've got my eyebrow brush, which is the MAC number 208. Love this one for powder products. It's my only eyebrow brush that I use. I've got 3 eyeliner brushes. One is the MAC 263 brush. This one is a Cala eyeliner brush, and then I have the Quo liner slash brow brush. And these ones I use for different purposes. This one, the MAC one, is my thinnest. It's like got the thinnest brush on the tip, so I use that for a really thin eyeliner. I use the Quo one for when I do my faux eyeliner like I'm wearing today. I will use this for an eyeshadow to make a faux liner, and then this one I use for either or. Did I say why? The Quo one is the thickest, so that's why I use it for the eyeshadow, because I don't really care if it's that precise. Yeah. And then the last eyeshadow brush I have is the MAC number 212. This is a flat, straight brush. I know Jaclyn Hill uses this a lot on her lower lash line. I actually don't use this at all. But yeah, I don't really use it for anything. It just kind of sits in there, and sometimes if I feel like it. No, I just don't use it. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in the not used pile. So that is it. That is all of my brushes. You now know what every single brush I own is. Now you know my brushes. All of them. It's a little bit excessive. Let's be honest. So that is it for this video, everyone. I have two little announcements to make. First one being that my Instagram name now matches all of my other social media links, which is Alanorama. So you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from moi. And second being that today I am going to be updating my blog sale. I think I'm going to be uploading this on Tuesday. So Tuesday, my blog sale will be updated with a whole bunch of new items, including MAC brushes that I do not use anymore for a seriously discounted price. So be sure to check out my blog sale. The link will be down below, and that's it. As always, please tell me all of your video recommendations in the comments down below. I love to know what you guys like to see from me. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!